Well, guys, the first night of LS Fest, Juan and I just got done with the show. We're totally exhausted, but we're getting ready to go out and see what's going on in the town over at Bowling Green. And I'm driving my Duramax, just about ready to turn on the main thoroughfare for Bowling Green. And lo and behold, there's a Duramax over there, and it's got some wheels on it. I can tell it's got exhaust, and it sounds like it's got some turbo work. And so we make the turn. I look at him, he looks at me, he steps on it. I, of course, step on it and proceed to just, and I'm like, yeah, woo! And then not 2 seconds later do we see a cop, and he flips on the lights, and then homeboy looks at me and goes and laughs like this. And then proceeded to run from the cops, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to run from the cops. So I go and pull over, and I'm like, maybe the cop didn't see us doing this or anything like that. The cop comes up and he says, hey, I know you guys were racing. I'm like, how do you know we were racing? Now, how do you know that we were racing? He's like, oh, you guys were doing the same speed. No. I really wanted to come off right there and like say, no, sir, I'm sorry. You're wrong. I was pulling away from him. Missed that opportunity, probably for the better. However, it wasn't really provable that we were racing. So, and here's where we pick up. Yeah, so we're at Bowling Green here, and there was a Duramax that pulled up next to me, and we were doing some spirited driving. So we got pulled over, and one could make the argument that we were racing, but he's just citing us for speeding or reckless driving or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Oh, man. Okay, what you don't see in this clip is that the guy that we were racing actually came back and was watching us and trolling us as we were getting pulled over.
It's careless driving, but careless driving is a court only.
Really?
So you would have to actually show up to court. So
that would suck.
I put you down as going 59. Okay, it's 2 miles less, but it's under 25, so I can write you just for speed. Okay, so you can prepay it, or you can choose to go to traffic school. I think with you going to Florida, prepaying is probably going to be the easiest. Okay, the instructions to prepay it are in this. You have to do it 7 days before your court date, and that's 11/12/2021 with Judge Brent Potter. It's highlighted right there. Okay, I know the light's kind of bright.
Yeah.
Make sure you prepay it 7 days before that court date.
Okay,
because if you don't, they expect you to be there. It's 11/12/2021 at 1:30. So you have to do it 7 days before the 12th.
Okay.
It's the last you can prepay it online.
Gotcha.
Or send a check in, okay?
All right, well, we got off with a 24 over, okay? 25 would have been a reckless ticket, and we'll have to have gone to court, so that's... He had mercy on me, so bless his heart.
We go home.
I had a customer who got a C7 Z06 after a divorce, and his tag was "She Gone." He's like, "Yeah, this is my divorce present to myself." He was cool. He's like, "I got you at 61," and then we'd already slowed down. Did you win? Yes.
He's like, yes.
What happened? That's funny as hell. I was like, oh, look at that Duramax. And I hear, and I was like, oh, okay. You laughed like the beginning of Cars. There's this pictures like you're like, I was cracking up at it. But as soon as I was thinking about to look over two on them. I didn't know you came back as we were getting pulled over. Oh, yeah? Well, we went right back down there. Yeah, I couldn't find my insurance card, and the cop's like, oh, this. Definitely dodged a bullet right there, so thank God that officer had some mercy on me. Most certainly could have been a lot worse. I wanted to show you guys a truck that I had done that is an absolutely impeccable build. I've done some work for this guy before, but this thing is sick. Check it out. All right, so this right here, though, is a very good looking Colorado. LSA powered. Hey guys, this is Craig. We actually had him on the channel, I think maybe twice.
GMC Jimmy.
Yeah, I kept wanting to say Blazer, but it's a Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yep, and that thing was nasty. You did eventually get in the 8s with it?
No, it went that night you were down at Capitol. It was the fastest it went, and then it rained and we got rained out.
I was like 9.0 or something?
Went 9.16 or 9.14 at 152 or something.
Ooh, good mile an hour. Very, very simple, very straightforward Colorado 4-lady.
410 gears, Trans Specialties converter, both converts like their extra low stall converter for it.
You've been 1030s, 130 with it?
Yep, 1030, 130.
And this has got a Holly on it as well.
Holly Terminator X. It is on E85, does have flexible sensor.
And only making about 11 pounds of boost, is what you said.
Yeah.
You and Laz have a lot of similarities in this build, which is kind of interesting. Laz is a big old beefy redneck truck that can, you know.
This weighs 3742.
You probably got him by 1,000 pounds. And again, this is set up in drag, but I shouldn't say in drag.
Well,
set up for drag.
No, it's street car, man. I mean, I went from race car to full street car. I mean, drive it everywhere and anywhere. Still has AC. Will run you out.
I want to see what this thing, if we can push it a little farther and make a little bit more power. Has not been on the dyno yet, and you know, we want to try and spray it, and hopefully we're going to take it to the track here very, very soon and see if we can get it in the 9s without the spray. But if it takes it, we'll spray it. Let's do it, man. Got a pretty good baseline there. I was between the two pulls, 590, 581, 542 torque on one. I think we had a bunch of spinning on the first pull, so it's kind of why we did the second pull right there. So we're gonna go ahead and look at our Holly and do some adjustments and see what we're gonna kind of change up. Craig got a good job on the air fuel. Air fuel actually looks, there's like no reason to change it whatsoever. Okay. So really, I think we just need to look at the timing and see what we can do there. All right, so we're gonna get nerdy with the Holly real quick here. Our air temperature actually only went from like 104 to 123 over the course of that run. So again, that's not bad at all. This thing is working pretty good, especially on a back-to-back run. So we're gonna try and run a little bit more timing. I think we can with the E85, maybe about 3 degrees more. Hopefully that should not be a problem whatsoever. We're gonna look and make sure it doesn't want to spark knock or anything like that. But given it's only about 11 pounds of boost, I think we can definitely get away with that. So that's like 40 right there, but there's other areas where it's like almost nothing, like 4. And I mean, with the E85, there's no problem running that air fuel. I mean, I love it. You couldn't have picked it better.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we had the Jimmy, so that's where
12.2. I'm gonna keep on pushing. We'll maybe go 1.5 degrees at a time and see where we end up. But
sounds good.
You know, small strides. I mean, normally we see bigger strides. But I mean, dude, why not? The theme of this is just keep on going. So we'll sprinkle a little bit.
Sprinkles. Old tuning grandpa here. Making the trek.
Didn't start out as tuning grandpa, just ended up that way.
Hey, we're both grandpa status, it feels like.
628, 590. Seeing this truck in person, it is so unbelievably perfectly put together here. Craig got a little bit better weather, much better 60 foot, and finally got that 9-second pass. I don't do many big blocks, but this is definitely a pretty awesome setup. This is a 572 and a Nova, and we're running this thing on HB tuners. Did a very good job making everything look so nice and so sweet. Super clean car. Manual trans. All right, brother, so give me a little bit of background of this car here.
Got it my sophomore year in high school for $100. The only deal was I had to paint it red.
That sounds like a hell of a deal, though, honestly.
It was pretty rough. Drove it through high school, and on the way back from Ocean City, broke a crankshaft in half. And then decided to do a big block. It's back and forth on LS big block. Went with this. It's a Gen 6 572 Dart heads.
The heads are now ported, and we're running this on HP tuners. This is the same processor as what we would normally have in like 2010 to 2015 Camaro. This processor's in a whole lot of stuff. As you can see, it's got LS coils, but we got to work on the drivability. So this is like your second iteration with this motor?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, cam stayed the same. Still has the 2347 firing order, so same as an LS.
And you get a different intake manifold, so it should make a little bit more top end power.
Hopefully.
I think, what, did we have this on the dyno 2 years ago or something?
3.
3 years ago. Okay, yeah. So I remember driving it then, and it felt like it was LSA powered. It made 571 pound-feet of torque, so it's just about 1 pound-feet of torque per cubic inch, and it made about 540 horsepower. So it ripped. It just didn't have as long legs and didn't have the top end. So we're hoping today, with this setup right here, it's going to have a lot more top end, but it was an absolute pleasure to drive last time. All right, so last time we had a different cold air. He's done some good things to try and optimize the cold air, and that is certainly improving everything right there. And changing this intake manifold should yield a little bit more top end power, but we're trying to get the spark advance all figured out with that. 90mm Camaro throttle body, same throttle body in a whole bunch of different applications, stock 01 injectors, and kind of normal LS coils right there. All right, so we're not dealing with a lot of compression. It's about 9.5 to 1. I think he had initially talked about having this thing set up for boost, and of course that would work out really good. But as of right now, this is just a pump gas car. Well, we got a number of pulls under our belts here. Unfortunately, my GoPro died right as I was about ready to start filming that. But we are making some awesome power here so far. This thing's making 600 pound-feet of torque right at 3,200 RPM. That's kind of insane, honestly. Until you guys have experienced exactly what that feels like, I mean, it feels pretty awesome. We're still trying to figure out the top end. We got a long ways to go. Trying to find out what kind of air fuel it likes. Man, the interior of this car, I mean, he really does drive this car a lot. Even got the kid seats in the back. And we're actually tuning everything here through HP tuners. So this is just like tuning a 2010 Camaro, but again, it's a big block. Love that drivability already. All right, fellas, that last run right there was 589, 600 pound-feet of torque. Doing really, really, really good here. It does like it a little richer. We have bumped up the timing. We got a little bit longer legs than what we had before. But we're trying to get this thing totally, completely optimized, but we've made a lot of gains right here. That is a lot of torque very early. What you changed up, all the mods that you've done were right about 45, 47 horsepower. That's a very, very nice gain for the work you've done.
See what Jeremy's doing. It's by talking to somebody. Oh, look, he's in that car. He's actually trying to do something. Jeremy doing some work.
His dad had a 62 Nova that was a transplant from an 05 GTO and eventually got to be a little bit more radical with heads and cam, and then the LSA Supercharger, which of course you guys know is my favorite. Now this thing ended up putting down like 727 wheel horsepower, again stock bottom end with something about 11 pounds of boost.
Well, guys, thank you so very much for watching it. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. It's been a little hard to stay on top of videos here, but I got a ton of them coming up. I just need to set aside some more time in order to do it, but life's been a little bit crazy. I just turned 40, and actually Laz is up vacationing with us, and he just turned 40 here, so it was pretty cool. We've had a great time away from the shop and having some fun, loving life. God bless you guys. We'll see you next episode, and I'm going to leave you here with a meme.